Today we're going to be making one of my favorite items to ever eat, coconut shrimp. It's so good, so tasty, and this is a healthier version than most of the other versions you've seen. The reason why it's going to be healthier is we're going to be using a light fry instead of deep frying these. Definitely the best of both worlds. And then we're going to get that golden coconut shrimp as you all want. And we have already pre-cooked shrimp. Now these were on sale at the grocery store. I usually go for the raw shrimp and then peel them. I do not like deveining them because it takes too long, but these are already peeled and deveined and were on sale, so these are pretty good, and I've had them before and they taste just about as good as the others I've had. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little assembly line to batter them. I'm using whole wheat flour, 3 eggs, and some coconut shrimp. We're going to put it into the eggs first, then into the whole wheat flour, back into the eggs, then into the coconut and breadcrumbs. Now we're going to put the flour in one of our bowls, and this is 2 cups of flour. It's whole wheat. It's not going to be a main ingredient of the coconut shrimp, so if you just have regular flour, you can use the regular flour, but I have whole wheat flour in the pantry, so this is what I'm using. We've got sweetened coconut and panko breadcrumbs. That's 2 cups of sweetened coconut and then 1/4 of a cup of the breadcrumbs, and we're going to mix that up so it spreads evenly. And the reason I'm putting the breadcrumbs in is because it gives it a nice crunch. And we're going to get in our 3 eggs to make sure this sticks. The shrimp have been in the freezer, and I just thawed them out a minute ago, so they're really cold, and that is important because if they're not cold and they're room temperature, the coconut and the flour doesn't stick as well. So if you've got them at room temperature, put them in the freezer for a minute, let them get a little bit cooler, and that's going to help out with the sticking process. Now we're going to whisk these eggs together. And the faster you do it, the more calories you burn. Ooh, there we go. That was a close one. That was a close one. Okay, so we're going to get our shrimp. And also another reason why these are healthier, a lot of people butterfly these, and by that I mean they cut down the back of them and split them open, so there's more batter and more coconut that sticks to them, adding more sugar and more carbs to the flour. And I'm not going to do this. I just want it to stick to the outside, and I still get in my flavor, and it's healthier. So we're going to dip this down in the egg, then into the flour, back into the egg, and you want to make sure your coconut and breadcrumbs are mixed well, and then dip them into the coconut and breadcrumbs. And you want to pat that on there, make sure it sticks well, and then carefully place it on your baking sheet. And right now, before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and turn the oil on medium heat, and I don't want it too hot because these are already cooked, and they're not going to take long to cook. If they were raw, they still wouldn't take long to cook, but I want to go ahead and preheat that to medium. Now we're just going to repeat this process like an assembly line. Go ahead and get this out of the way and then clean up your mess. Now we're going to use either our hands or our little tongues. Don't dip your fingers down in the oil because that'll burn pretty bad. And you don't want to put too many shrimp in your oil because you're going to cool your oil down, and then you'll end up cooking your shrimp too much. You just want to put them in batches just to layer the bottom of the pan, and then you got it from there.